glass candles coming up as well. This is the debut, this is the premiere of the Norman Rockwell collection. So all of these pieces inspired by that iconic art that we know and we love. And we're gonna move on now and talk about, this is so beautiful. So this is Santa, and you can see it right here on the tabletop. So this is Santa with the globe that has LED lighting on the inside. It's an 8-inch, it's actually really nice size, resin figurine. And so this is based on a very popular illustration, correct?
Yes, it's based on an illustration from the Saturday Evening Post from 1926. Norman Rockwell always loved to tell stories in his paintings, and this 3D rendition of the painting is a story. It's telling the story of Santa with his magnifying glass, checking very carefully to see how that boy is doing back in North America and how is he behaving. And he's got his book and he has his quill.
Oh my gosh.
He's ready to write down a checkup on this child, how he's doing. But he's got his fancy shirt on, his beautiful, luscious beard, but he's still in his slippers. So he hadn't put his big boots on yet because he's not ready to go out.
Oh, you're right. He's got the socks and these incredible slippers.
And he has bells around his calf, so he's ready to party.
Gosh. When you look at it up close, I feel like I can see every brush stroke. There's so much detail.
Yeah, there's a lot of detail.
His beard,
Beautiful
especially.
beard. And beautiful detailing on the shirt as well.
Look at that, even like the cufflinks and the ruffle on the sleeve. Really, really cool. And then down at the base here, you'll see it says Norman Rockwell. I mean, these are the kinds of pieces, you put them out on display, they're conversation pieces.
Sure, and look how they glow.
Look at how pretty that is.
It could be on a table or,
Look at them up close. So these also have an automatic timer. So when you set it, it will turn on at the same time every night for 6 hours, and then it's off for 18, so you don't have to worry about the battery or turning it on or off. What I love about that is I can put this anywhere, and I don't have to like climb up and pick it up and turn it on every time I want to enjoy it in the evening.
Absolutely.
I feel like this would make a great nightlight. It's a very soft glow.
It's very sweet nightlight, yes, in a child's room, yes.
What is that process like, bringing illustrations to life in a three-dimensional way? I mean, that must have been
Well, this takes an artist to do.
a lot of time.
So, yes, for sure. And looking at the image and reproducing it like this.
Do you have any favorites over the years?
I love Home for Christmas, and I love his Santas. He produced over 30 different Santa Clauses.
Really?
And often they're telling stories like this, telling stories about Santa getting ready for his big night, telling stories about Santa out on rooftops, out in the snow.
I love the feeling of nostalgia that this brings too. I mean, what a beautiful addition to like a fireplace mantle, or maybe you've got, I mean, we have a town coming up in just a bit, but maybe you've got a scene of a town and you want to put him like front and center in the top there. That would be a really cool way to kind of see it and celebrate.
Absolutely.
And I just love the way that the globe lights up. I mean, even when it's not on, it's beautiful artwork. But I think that really adds to the magic, seeing it
and
light
as you
up.
say, as a night light or something in the dim light, it would really shine and be lovely.
Wow, so pretty. Isn't that, look at all of the intricacy here. And these, you know, these pieces are so special. It's not just like what it represents, but it's also the piece itself. Like it's, when you're investing in holiday decor, you want those pieces that are gonna last for you, right? Season after season, or as a giftable.
It becomes a tradition.
Fabulous?
Tradition, the children will expect to see it.
Yeah.
Every Christmas.
That's true.
It's kind of like part of their memory.
That's right. It's kind of like when you see like remember the ceramic trees that had like the gumdrop lights, and it's that same kind of nostalgic feeling. This has so much storytelling behind it because you can even introduce people who may not know of Norman Rockwell's work a little bit about it.
That's right.
There's a story to tell.
Absolutely. And Norman Rockwell, you know, he worked very hard. He produced over 4,000 pieces of art. So he worked very hard to produce images, and but he loved Christmas. He worked 9 to 5. Oh, sorry, he worked 7 days a week usually in his studio. But he knew that Christmas was special, and it was the one day that he would take off.
That's incredible.
Sometimes the whole day, sometimes half a day, but he knew that Christmas was special.
So there was a lot of heart.
A lot of heart. And you
soul.
can see it in his Santa Clauses.
Oh, man. So if you are just joining us, this is so exciting. This is the premiere of the Norman Rockwell collection here at HSN. And Margaret Rockwell is here to share all of these with us. And I was telling you this earlier, we got to meet earlier, and I'm like, it's such an honor to have you here because you're not an ambassador for this. You are part of the family. Your husband is the eldest grandson of Norman Rockwell. But on top of that, you have a PhD in history. You are a journalist. You're an author. I mean, what don't you do? And you help manage this family, not estates, but the agency.
It's for the family.
Yes.
That's
right. I would imagine that one of your big goals is to help keep this art and the storytelling alive.
Yes, well, his son Tom started the agency to keep the legacy alive and the heritage alive, and to ensure that the family could help promote Norman Rockwell's paintings and help a new generation learn about the paintings.
Let's continue this idea of the family unit and that feeling of community and love, that traditional sense of Christmas. I mean, that's what this art invokes. Yeah,
absolutely.
And if you're just joining us too, very popular, this piece. This is the tabletop Santa with the LED globe, and this is resin. Is it resin? It feels like resin. That's what it says on my card too. Yes. It weighs a little over 3 pounds, and this is almost 9 inches tall, so it is very substantial. And if you recognize it, this is based on that illustration called Santa's Good Boys. So it's been brought to life in 3D.
That's right.
Right? And he's even got the book. The book says Good Boys. And you see Santa checking the globe.
And I presume the Good Girl book is inside
somewhere
his
in
pouch.
here. Yes. And I love that on the base here, too, in the front. It says Norman Rockwell, so you know immediately you'll see that and recognize it. So a lot of detail there. I hope you enjoyed this one. A $10 flex pay. I mean, that is just incredible to be able to bring this artwork home. Now, coming up in just a little while,